Hello students, till our last part of fractions we have studied about fractions and also the addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of fractions. In this part we will study about decimals. So basically the chapter decimal is second part of second chapter from the book NCERT, while it is given as third chapter in your side book. So before going in detail with this chapter decimal, we will understand first what are decimals. So let us see the definition of decimals. The numbers expressed in decimal forms are called decimals. For example, you can see here 6.23, 7.574, 0.025. All these are decimals because here you can see these are expressed in decimal form and also these numbers contain a decimal point. So these are some examples of decimals. Also students, a decimal has two parts. First, whole part and second is decimal part. So whole part is the part on left side of the decimal point, while decimal part is the part on right side of the decimal point. For example, let us consider this example 7.574. So here you can see this is our decimal point, and on the left of decimal point there is a number 7, while on the right of decimal point there are the numbers 574. So here in this example 7.574 we can say that 7 is the whole part because it is on left side of the decimal point, and 574 is the decimal part because it is on the right side of the decimal point. So I hope it is clear that every decimal has two parts, first whole part and second decimal part. Whole part is the part on left side of decimal point and decimal part is the part on right side of the decimal point. Now we will discuss what are decimal places. So let us see. The number of digits contained in the decimal part of a decimal gives the number of decimal places. It means that if we have a given decimal, then first we have to see the decimal part of that decimal, and we will count the number of digits in that decimal part. So the number of digits that are present in that decimal part gives the number of decimal places. For example, let us see here, it is written 7.38 has 2 decimal places, while 6.536 has 3 decimal places. How? Let us see. So in first example 7.38, you can see this is our decimal point, and right side of the decimal point is 38. So this 38 represents the decimal part. So 38 is the decimal part. And in this decimal part, you can see there are two digits, 3 and 8. So we can say the decimal places in this given decimal is 2. That's why 7.38 has 2 decimal places. Again, you can see the other example 6.536. 6.536. So this is our decimal point. And on the right side of the decimal point, the number is 536. So we can say 536 is the decimal part of this given decimal. As the decimal part 536 contains 3 digits, 5, 3 and 6, so we can say the number of decimal places in 6.536 is 3. Okay, I hope it is clear. So first we have to see the decimal part of the given decimal, and after that we will count the number of digits present in that decimal part. That number of digits gives the number of decimal places. Now students, based on the number of decimal places, we have to define two terms, like decimals and unlike decimals. So let us see. Decimals having the same number of decimal places are called like decimals. It means if we have given two decimals and if both the decimal contain the same number of decimal places, then we can say the given decimals are like decimal. Let us see. 3.74 and 5.69 are like decimal. Why? Because in this example 3.74 you can see this is the decimal point, and the right side of the decimal point, that is 74, contain 2 digits. It means we can say the decimal part of 3.74 contains 2 digits. Hence, this decimal has 2 number of decimal places or 2 decimal places. In the same way, 5.69. In this decimal also, this is the decimal point, and the right side of the decimal point, that is 69, which is known as decimal part, contain 2 digits. Hence, we can say this decimal has also the 2 decimal places because its decimal part contain 2 digits. So we can see that the given decimals have the same number of decimal places. So these are called like decimals. So what are unlike decimals? Decimals having different number of decimal places are called unlike decimals. For example, here you can see 9.704 and 6.8 are unlike decimals. Why? Because here in this example 9.704, you can see that this is the decimal point and the right side of the decimal point is decimal part. So decimal part is 704, which contain 3 digits 7, 0 and 4. It means this decimal 9.704 has 3 decimal places. And in this example 6.8, this is the decimal point, and the right side of the decimal point, that is 8, contains only 1 digit. So we can say 6.8 has only 1 decimal place. So you can see that these 2 decimals have not the same number of decimal places. These have different number of decimal places. So these decimals are said to be unlike decimals. Now students, we will see method of converting a decimal into a fraction. How we will convert a decimal into a fraction. So there are several steps which one should must follow in order to convert a decimal into a fraction. So let us see. Step 1. Write the given decimal without the decimal point as the numerator of the fraction. Step 2. In the denominator, write 1 followed by as many zeros as there are decimal places in the given decimal. And step 3 is reduce the above obtained fraction to the simplest form. It means if we have a given decimal and we have to convert that decimal into fraction, so first what we do, you know that a fraction has numerator as well as denominator. So in numerator part, what we write? We write the given decimal without the decimal point. And in the denominator of fraction, we write 1 followed by as many zeros as the decimal places in the given decimal have. And the last step is, now we will reduce the obtained fraction to the simplest form by simplifying it. So let us see this with an example. So here we have to convert 0.225 into a fraction. Okay. So our first step is write the given decimal without the decimal point as the numerator of the fraction. So we can write 0.225 can be written as, you know, the top is the numerator and the bottom is denominator. So here we write the given decimal without decimal point, that is 225. And in denominator we have to write 1 followed by as many zeros as the decimal places in the given decimal have. So here you can see this is our decimal point and the right side of the decimal point is 225. And this 225 contains 3 digits. It means the given decimal has 3 decimal places. So in denominator we write 1 and we put that number of zeros as there are decimal places. As there are 3 decimal places, so we write here 3 zeros. Okay. So we have the obtained fraction 225 divided by 1000. Now in step 3, we have to reduce the fraction in simplest form. So let us cut it. So you know 545 times 225 and 200 times 1000. So again we have 45 divided by 200. Again it can be simplified. 5 9 times 45, and 540 times 200. So we have 9 by 40. Now it cannot be simplified further because 9 and 40 have no common factor. So this is our required answer. Or we can say 9 by 40 is the equivalent fraction of the decimal point 225. So this is the way of converting a given decimal into a fraction. Now students, previously you have understood how to convert a given decimal into a fraction. Now we will see the method of converting a fraction into a decimal. So let us see. So again there are several steps which one must follow in order to convert a fraction into a decimal. So step 1 is divide the numerator by the denominator till a non-zero remainder is obtained. Step 2, put a decimal point in the dividend as well as quotient. Step 3, put a 0 on the right of the decimal point in the dividend as well as on the right of the remainder. Step 4, divide again just as we do in the whole numbers. And step 5 is repeat steps 3 and 4 till the remainder is 0. So let us understand these following steps with the help of an example. So here we have an example 27 by 4. So we have to convert this given fraction 27 by 4 into its equivalent decimal. So let us see. From this example it is clear that 27 is the numerator and 4 is the denominator. So our step 1 is divide the numerator by denominator till a non-zero remainder is obtained. So let us write. So here we can write this is our numerator 27 and this is our denominator. So when we divide, 4 6 times 24. So we get the remainder of 3. So we have a non-zero remainder. Okay, so our first step is completed. Now we move to step 2. In step 2, put a decimal point in the dividend as well as quotient. So according to step 2, we will put a decimal point here in the dividend and also in the quotient, that is here. Okay, now let us move to step 3. Put a 0 on the right of decimal point in the dividend as well as on the right of the remainder. So we will put a 0 on the right of decimal point in the dividend and also on the right of the remainder, that is here. Okay. Now step 4 is divide again just as we do in whole numbers. So let us divide. So 4 7 times 28. So after subtracting 28 from 30 we get the remainder of 2. Okay. Now again we put 0 in the dividend right side of the decimal point and also right side of the remainder here. Now 4 5 times 20. So here we have 20 and we get the remainder of 0. As we get remainder 0, so our step is completed. Okay. So we get a quotient of 6.75. So we can say our answer is 6.75. That is 27 by 4 is equivalent to 6.75 in decimal form. So this is the method of converting a given fraction into a decimal. Now students, next we will see addition of decimals. How to add the given decimals. So again there are several steps which we must follow in order to add the given decimals. So let us see. Step 1 is convert the given decimals into like decimals. You know what are like decimals? Like decimals are those decimals having the same number of decimal places. So first step is we have to convert the given decimals into like decimals. Step 2, write the addends, that is the given decimal, one under the other in column form, keeping the decimal points of all the addends in the same column and digits of the same place in the same column. Now step 3 is add as in the case of whole number. Now we will add the same as we add the whole numbers. And step 4 is in the sum, that is the resultant of the addends, we put the decimal point directly under the decimal points in the addends. So let us understand these steps with the help of an example. So here we have an example: add 36.4, 273.06, 9.397 and 68. So here you can see the given decimals have not the same number of decimal places. That is, the given decimals are not the like decimals. So our first step is to convert the given decimals into like decimal. So first we have to convert the decimals into like decimals. Okay, so from these decimals you can see 9.397 has the largest number of decimal places because its decimal part 397 has the largest number of digits, that is 3 digits. So we have to convert all these decimals such that they contain the same number of decimal places. Okay, so let us do. So 36.4 can be written as 36.400. 273.06 can be written as 273.060. 9.397 as it is, and 68 can be written as 68.000. Now you can see we have converted the given decimals into like decimals because all these decimals have the same number of decimal places. Okay, same number of decimal places, that is 3 decimal places. Now we will move to step 2. In step 2 we have to arrange these in column form. So let us arrange. So we can write 36.400 plus 273.060, 9.397 and 68.000. Okay, so our step 2 is completed. Now in step 3 we have to add these numbers as we do the addition of whole numbers. So let us add these decimals. So here you can see 0 plus 0 is 0 and 0 plus 7, 7 and 7 plus 0 again 7. 0 plus 6, 6, 6 plus 9, 15, 15 plus 0, 15. So here we have 15 and 1 as carry. So here we add carry 1, 1 plus 4, 5, 5 plus 0, 5, 5 plus 3, 8. So here we have 8. Again here 6 plus 3, 9, 9 plus 9, 18 and 18 plus 8. How much? 26. So here we have 6 and carry 2. So 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 7, 12, 12 plus 6, 18 and carry 1. So 1 plus 2, 3. So this is the sum of the given addends. Now step 4 is in the sum put the decimal point directly under the decimal points in the addends. So here you can see these are the decimal points in the addends. So we will put the decimal point just below the decimal points as in the addends. So we will put decimal here. So 386.857 is the required result after adding these given decimals. So this is our answer. So this is the method of adding the given decimals.